whether we like it or not, there is a problem. We need to discuss the problem. We are disagreeing with ourselves, and we have every reason to disagree. The North, before now, is saying we don't believe in separation. But as I'm standing, I'm telling you that if there's going to be separation tomorrow, the North is ready for it. We are also ready. Let's go our either ways. And I'm telling you this with all sincerity. Northern Nigeria before now do not want to hear anything separation. But as of today, as I speak to you, the North is equally ready to leave. Please disagree with me, but I will speak. This is why we are here.
Did I commit any crime? Did I commit any crime? The answer is no. I committed no crime. I am fighting for the freedom of my people as contained in the Constitution of the so-called.
You are going to understand what is happening, and the essence of this broadcast is that the dragon flag will continue to go high, and we are going to resist all the sponsored insecurity in our land. Dear friends, we will fight and we will resist this insecurity. Both the state-sponsored, using the state actors and non-state actors. We will protect our women, we will protect our children.
As our military, they say they be military, say they were in now.
Your men are good to go.
Oruguana how today. Oruguana how today. That was 13th November. That 13th November.
Run away.
We are removing it. We are removing it. Alex Yoma Oti. We are removing it. Alex, we are giving you people order. Alex, we are giving you people order. We say we don't need this kind of nonsense again. Today is 13th. Today is 13th. 13th of November. 13th of November. 13th of November 2024. Alex, we are dismantling this check.
You will see your president going to Ekpa. He's going for a meeting about countries of Ekpa. Are you now seeing that now we're gonna everybody bonding at Ekpa? It's not a cock and bull story. Or got a meeting that is Nigeria, leading Nigeria na meeting in the Obodon na Ekpa na Ebehan Ezuko. Thank God you are hearing it from your mainstream media. It's not a roadside media. It's not Facebook. Una ogo Obodon na Ekpa. Of course, yes, 1970s, 8 years ago. But Hanonen were resistance from Igbo, from Biafran people since then. So it is time they want to deal with these Biafran people now. And you think if you don't stand up, now I just convert Agis also. Mba. Abos also ordinary converting. Watch Kene. Watch Yakefo president again. This is your president.
Departed the country on Sunday at the invitation of King Salman and Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. In a statement by the special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, the meeting is expected to address a number of critical regional issues with particular emphasis on the ongoing Israel-Palestinian conflict. The statement reads in part: during the summit, President Tinubu is expected to address the ongoing Israel-Palestinian conflict, emphasizing Nigeria's strong call for an immediate ceasefire and the urgent need.
Okay. when there is there is fire on the mountain in his own home country, but because then we're a more serious agenda they must address. Okay. So now, do you know it is for that same reason that the person that you claim to be having sympathy for or defending Gina language in detention. Now, you need to hear from the person you claim you are sympathizing with what he has to say. Listen to him.
Before, Southern Sudan fought a war for 30 years. 30. Our own was only 3 years. Only our boss. 3 years only. Everybody ran away. Only 3 years. We don't want to build men that at the slightest sight of difficulty they run away. We want to weed out all the chaffs. We need those that can sustain. Those who are relentless in the pursuit of our freedom until our freedom comes. No retreat and no surrender. How do you get them?
Buying and selling has put us into wait and take business in anything we want to do.
Let us start the program for today. Oh, you're welcome, all lovers of freedom all over the world. I greet you. Today is Sunday, 17th of November, 2023. You are welcome. Akpan Soko. Once again, from Biafran Radical Freedom TV. Thank you for joining us today on this program. Please, we will want you to, if it is your first time of seeing us or joining us, please kindly subscribe to this channel. There is also a provision for notification there, like a bell symbol, bell. So click also on it so that anytime we have any updates, you'll be one of the first people to be notified. And as you like this particular program, please kindly share it to other friends, all well wishers of Biafrans. But importantly, I want to tell you that it is not just about the Biafran people. It is about you believing in equity, fairness, and justice to all mankind. The battle for freedom here in this part of the world is not limited to this place alone. And the monsters we are fighting is so hydra-headed. It is not just about the Nigerian state. It is about the forces that come together, the culmination of the forces that has thrived so much to keep the people that are collected together here in this contraption together to suffer perpetually as it benefits those forces that comes together. It is about the contrabdo, the indigenous, evil, greedy men who work as an underdog to the foreign forces of the Western Europe and also the other parts of the world. So today, as you are hearing this, know you that the liberation of the Biafran people will mean a lot of good to humanity. If this liberation is not done, believe you me, that Africa will never see progress and will never have safety. I know why I am telling you. I don't know how many of you that are aware of the attack on the Burkina Faso President Ibrahim Traore. Like I have always said in my programs, this issue of freedom does not have anything to do with religion. It is just that some religious bigots try to use religion to unleash mayhem. And it is not to the benefit of any human being. It is rather to the benefit of another set of evil, satanic-hearted people who just want to use religion to advance their selfish interest. There are some nations of the world that have brainwashed people from the third world nations, especially from this part of Africa, Sahel region. They use religion to advance their interest. That is why today you hear people who are coming out openly to condemn Christianity. They are doing that because they realize that Christianity have served as an instrument through which the Western Europe penetrated the black race. And when we're talking about Africa, the freedom of Biafrans and the African people at large, it goes beyond just African continent to expanding into all the black nations of the world. Wherever you see the black race, the freedom of the black race is tied to the freedom of the black people, to the African people, the Biafran people. You must understand with me, this is an intro, and I will open up to where we are going. Maybe it is good that I'm saying it now as it comes to my head. You must understand one thing here. Whenever you start the freedom, that's why there is one saying of a Biafran, a particular tribe in Biafran land, the Igbo race. They say, because onye buru mana na okpurukpu okwute ajiriji okwute ya be anya and ya mana iji mma na ejiriri ofo na ejiriri ogu. That goes to say, a child who wants to climb to peak, who wants to climb to maybe a very tall tree, he must know that climbing to a very tall tree is not a thing done by lily-livered person, because when you go to a very higher level, when you look down, maybe you might not stand the tension, so you might fall. So trying to climb to a very high tree, you must have the bravery required. You must be very brave. You must be very, very brave. If you don't have the courage to walk in the heights, that is one of the things you are taught in environmental studies, HSC. So you must be acquainted with walking in the height, or know what it entails walking in the height, because you must be able to carry the tension of height and distance from the ground surface, the base. Now, if you now have that mind, and you have an iron or metal, or like a knife or a cutlass, and you strike it on a bulky rock, you should know, you should expect that there will be some cracks and splash from the rock. So if you are not conscious, it might blinden you. So these are some of the adages from where I want to start the teaching of today. So the struggle for freedom by the Biafran people did not just start overnight. This program today, I am starting it. I was motivated to start this program because I had an interaction with my school friend when I did a degree in Ghana. My old-time school friend, who is a Yoruba, eventually served in Imo State. When we were attracted to each other then in school because he is academically bright. And when he was serving, it was after we began to have some disagreement that because through him, I met some other friends who are also Igbos from that part of Biafra. And I learned that in his days in service, he was using the military to suppress some people and even, extorted money from some persons in their own land. So I think that's, I now began to know why the way he talked down at our PM today. My conversation, when I was conversing with him, I had to block him today. I will show you the expression he used. I am not a tribal bigot. That's why I have friends from different parts of Africa. I keep friends. But the truth is, when you touch this sensitive part that matters to me, that's why we tell you in international relations, you don't touch into the core values. When the core values of a nation is in context or is threatened, that nation doesn't smile about it. So it happens, the same thing happens with individuals. So that's when, if you don't agree with an ideology, but even in the first place, if you don't agree with an ideology, you can disagree. It is a normal, it is expected, it's a civil thing. It is a democratic right to disagree with ideology. That is why we have democracy. But at the end of the day, whatever ideology that will prevail will be determined by the number of persons that want it. However, the issue of Biafran people is not Yoruba business. It's not any other tribe's business that are not Biafrans. You understand? Okay. So let me use the opportunity to, like I did mention this when I visited Dr. Damage's program after the interview with our PM. Then they had other discussion on that interview. And there you will see all people that are not Biafran people are the ones in charge, and they just want to be around anything Biafra, anything about the Igbos and their brothers. They want to be the ones to determine, to give their own ideology must supersede. They must be the ones to intervene. And our sister, whom God will continue to bless, ask them, why is it that when it is not, even though there's one of our brother AJ too, I did talk about him in that on the yesterday program. He asked them, have they heard about any Biafran person, any Igbo man or any Ijo man talking about the struggle by Duduwa people and the approach they are using? So why is it that they don't sleep? They, the Yoruba people especially, they don't sleep. They lose sleep over our struggle. Who are we seeking their opinion? We don't expect them to seek our opinion in their own pursuit and how they are going about it. So why do they always want to tell us about how we go? And they will always tell you that the unity is more important, the unity of Nigeria. What got them unity? When they were giving all the attentions, when they were busy burning down our businesses, when dealing with Igbos, buying the Igbos in Lagos and wherever in the north and in Europe, how many of them come out to condemn it? When the appointments or the Lumbasam appointments are busy going up, you have seen it. Go and check the appointment, the list. So why these things go on? Why don't they come to talk about it? They want to tell us how we run Biafra. When the Eastbands are busy destroying the Igbo people businesses in the name of Sharia in the north, especially in Kanu, how many of them come to talk about it? When they were issuing ultimatums to Igbos to vacate, Igbos and their brothers to vacate their region, why didn't they talk about it? But I am not going to distract myself with this. That is to say, we don't need their opinion. Let us continue. Then this guy used one particular word, one sentence that I couldn't stand that one. Let me look for it. And then you will also go mad about it. And in doing that, he referenced to this same Dr. Damage's interview with our PM, which one of our brothers considered an ambush. And there is a reason he considered it an ambush. Because there, Dr. Damage's Yes, even though he interrupted the one Ufulefu that called himself Dr. Chidi. Yes, but he didn't stop his coordinators of the program, or what do you call them, the panelists, who were busy ejecting, blocking off all Biafrans who come to, intervene when they noticed that our PM was about being ambushed. If not that goodness us, our PM is grounded, maybe he would have been swallowed there, then he will make mess of himself. But thank God he is grounded. Otherwise, it was a total ambush. The way his coordinators and co-panelists were ejecting, maybe he will not know. Maybe later he will know what happened. We're ejecting everybody who come to, comment, ordinary commenting on handwritten comment, not taking the space. And even the one person that tried to, fire back at the Efulefu that he's claiming to be a doctor. So let's not dwell on that. Then let me see what he read from one particular junk media that wrote about it, that said it's Igbo history. Because when they do this thing, they even bear Igbo names. Most times they bear Igbo names on social media spaces. So now you see, this maybe, I don't know, you can't see it. It will be white. It will be white. So now, it's Igbo history. Breaking news. Igbo history is the name of that junk media. Breaking news. Simon Ekpa rejects Nnamdi Kanu's directive to end sit at home in Southeast. This is what this my supposed friend, I can just put him at least an acquaintance, because I'm not proud to call him a friend anymore. I already blocked him. Now, you can see the title there. Breaking news. Simon Ekpa rejects Nnamdi Kanu's directive to end sit at home in the Southeast. This write-up and the interview is what Dr. Damages and all his Yoruba co-panelists have been using in their programs on daily basis. And some other junk media predominated by the Yorubas. Now, in a recent interview on 90 Minutes Africa, hosted by Rudolph Okonkwo, the man that used the name Dr. Damages, Finland-based separatist agitator Simon Ekpa declared that he would not obey the directive of Nnamdi Kanu, the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, to end the ongoing sit-at-home exercise in Nigeria's southeast region. Simon Ekpa, who styled himself as the prime minister of the Biafran government in exile, who styled himself, I want you to circle that, who styled himself in exile, stated, "I will only consider his instructions if he comes to Finland and speaks to me face to face today and gives this directive from Nigeria." If he comes to Finland and speaks to me face to face. He further added, even if he is released today and gives this directive from Nigeria, I will not comply. Now, the stance contrasts sharply with Nnamdi Kanu's message in July 2023. Through his special counsel, Barrister Lawyer Jimako, Kanu had unequivocally instructed Ekpa and others to cease all sit-at-home activities. Kanu emphasized that anyone continuing to enforce directive was not acting on his behalf. Ekpa defended this position by asserting that the sit-at-home strategy was vital for achieving Biafra's independence he claimed it had. So now you can see the angles they are coming out from. You can see that very clearly, the angle they are coming out from. So I don't know why this should be their basic concern. Now they say he made himself the prime minister, and his position contrasts with the view of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And then they now told you that Nnamdi Kanu rejected, that Simon Ekpa rejected, and these things were clarified, even in that Dr. Damage's platform. Simon Ekpa made sure he clarified it. You can understand it. So, when he after he pointed out this excerpt, this junk excerpt here, I tried to clear his doubt, clarify him. Then he dropped a comment. I think I can still come back to this. Then what he did was to quickly tell me, but Ekpa, the foolish boy, doesn't, because he is not the one that has been incarcerated all this while. So now I told him, this is not what about freedom fight is. Like what I said earlier, that that the person that you are doing this thing, I remember when he started, I was supporting him and we were discussing. He was always, trying to talk down at this same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu he's pretending to be favoring today. I flashed his mind back to those days. And now today, he is now taking the position that, and this is what all of them do. This is one thing common with them. Today, all of them want to pretend as if they love Nnamdi Kanu, they care about him. But that's not their target. The target is your own freedom. The target is they don't want you to be free. So that you will not have any, because they are lazy people. So that you will not have, you will not divert the seaport that is feeding them, the international airport, where you now rent their houses, buy their land, after which they will want to take them back again. I referred to a video from one Bini boy yesterday in my program. I got it from the this young man, Paul Achebe's program. He played it. And that video, what they were quickly rushing to say is that they will take over. They wish even the Igbos will go. They are even praying for this. So that they will take over all the Igbo multi-billion businesses. That's what they're interested in. So now you can see their problem is laziness and we don't fit together. The way they reason is not the way we reason. Now you can see that when they say that Simon Ekpa made himself minister, did he make himself minister? No. You are not part of the struggle. And this struggle, the government in exile have representatives. There is nobody, no organization that will just be afloat. There will be no directive, nobody to direct the leadership, the organization's affairs. It will just be floating on it. So no, there must be leaders. And these leaders are called prime minister. And of course, this is not the first time you're having government in exile. So there are ministers who are piloting these affairs from all walks of life. These are learned people. Now, among these ministers, they will not just be ministers. This one, minister of maybe information, will act on his left. This one will act on his right. No, there must be a coordinate. There must be a center. There must be a center of authority among these ministers. And this minister is called Primus Ministere. The prime minister. This is the arch minister. Among these ministers, this is the person that coordinates. This is the person that directs. So what is the big deal? And it baffles me that the people that are even raising this part of the question are the people who are schooled, who went to school. So that's why when you see most times it's about wickedness of their heart. It is about their hearts that is not, is not free. It's about wickedness. Because how can you go to school and you don't know what it means to have an arch minister? That amongst ministers, there is a prime one that forward himself. And this person cannot just produce himself among this. There must be consent from the others. Now, there must also be voting from the... And none of the people in the movement that you are not part of are complaining. So how can you keep on making the same stupid remark. Self-styled, self-acclaimed, and all of that. You are not part of the. You are a Yoruba person, for crying out loud. Your community have been captured by the Fulani. Go and deal with that. The same betrayal nature that you want to afflict on us. You want us to, begin to have internal wrangles, and because you want to, like they have planted in people like Hopeless Ozodimba today. And he have made, I referred this young man to statement by the governor of Imo State. I said, look at what this man said. He said, they don't care even if the people will keep getting pied and it remains 2 people, that he will continue ruling. So I said, is this civil? How do you want people to cope under this kind of leadership? This is what is obtainable in all the states. Because this is what the people that put up this concocted state, nation, or state, because it's not nation, those people who put it together, they don't care if these people fit together. They do it, they know you don't fit together, so that you will keep on having internal rancors. You keep on fighting yourself while they keep making away with your resources. Now I try to show you what happened in Burkina Faso. You see how much billion CFA they brought in? I think 8 million CFA. Is it 8 billion CFA or what? France CFA. Now they use it to bribe the. This is the one. This November, I think it's on 8th November, 7th or 8th November. They attacked, and because this man has sworn that he must make Burkina Faso great, and the West will stop interfering. Somebody will tell you, oh, Muslims are not good. Is that man not a Muslim? It is because of the wickedness of some foolish individuals who allow some foreign forces to use religion to brainwash them. This guy is a Muslim. He's doing marvelously well. He's surrounding most of the men in the government are also Muslim. They are thinking like human beings. So why is your own Muslim a lunatic one? You will make people believe that Muslim is not a good religion. The same way people think that Christianity is not, because some foolish people who the people who are bringing this thing sometimes have ulterior motives. But there are human beings. It's about human. It's about the persons. It's about the individuals. It's about the individuals. It's an individual. If you're a wicked man, you're a wicked man. Whether you're a herbalist, a Christian, a Muslim, a Hindu, a Judaist, and whatever. If you're a wicked man, you're a wicked man. So now, as they captured here, that Simon said he is not going to, act or take a instruction from Mazenam Khan. I have always given clarification on this. Simon is a freedom fighter, Nnamdi Kanu is a freedom fighter, and even in that Rudolph program, they keep on trying to bring something like Nnamdi Kanu family, that Simon is not. Simon cleared them. Freedom fight is not a family business. Freedom fighting did not start with Biafrans. Freedom fighting, many countries have fought for freedom. None of these people see you cannot see the family members of any of the freedom fighters. Their families are not heard. They can be seen but not heard. Many times they are not even seen. So it doesn't have to do, it has nothing to do with them. Some other persons who afterwards were writing nonsense, the wife of the freedom fighter does not, in most cases, the wives are banished from even coming to even make any statement on the freedom. And that is why most times, most freedom fighters, they don't even have wife. Those who are already married reject or divorce them. Some don't marry at all. From cradle, even in BCs, when you had somebody like Socrates, he was a freedom fighter. Remember how Socrates was spied. I don't know how many of you are acquainted with philosophy, history of philosophy of science. Socrates, the father, the great grandfather of philosophy, the father to Aristotle in philosophy. When he was educating, tried to, illuminate and bring up the consciousness of the youths. I think that was in the Greece area. Those evil rulers then, they had to pay him. You remember he did not marry because he said that the business of fighting for freedom, the business of revolution doesn't need distractions. He didn't marry until he died. I doubt if Aristotle married too. This is not, it's a serious business. I will play a lot of videos here to show you. When Nnamdi Kanu, you are trying to, he told you that this Biafran pursuit doesn't have anything to do with him as a person. That even if he's the one that is standing on the way, I will play the video here in this program. If he, Nnamdi Kanu, is the one to stand on the way by any means, whether the enemy captures him or whatever, that will make him now become a stumbling block to this, that he should be eliminated. He said it. So he said that his interest, his safety should not override the major interest, which is serving the oppressed people. If he is too conscious about his safety, he shouldn't have even started because he was living fine. He's a royalty. He's royalty. He's a royal blood. He's a prince. He wouldn't have he should be benefiting from the wrong spoil system too. That's what all your kings do. So why do you want to keep on contradicting things because you don't like one individual? So why do you bring in your selfishness to this? Nnamdi Kanu doesn't like what you are doing. He said, oh, when you didn't, does it mean you did not watch what Nnamdi Kanu said to Simon? I said, who told you he was talking to Simon? Didn't you hear how many times they tried to give him media, they bring in the media so that he will talk against Simon, and he refused to do. Because he knows what Simon is doing. Simon gave you reason. This is security consciousness. You cannot say a commander who is leading troops to defend his community now goes to battlefield. Now enemy captures him. Then because enemy have captured him, you tell the whole troops to surrender. So that the enemy wants they surrender. The community that he wants to protect becomes slaves. Automatically, that's what happens. And that is what will happen in what you're expecting, which it will never happen. They can never surrender. They cannot. It's not possible. In case you don't know, let me tell you for free. Let me tell you for free. The more freedom fight lingers, especially when it has entered to armed struggle. The longer it lingers, the more chaos the society faces. So if you are not supporting it because you think you will use blackmail and propaganda to stop him, sorry, you are the one doing yourself harm. Because not when it doesn't stop when after they have started carrying him, it doesn't stop again. Especially when they declare attrition. Once it crosses into attrition, Simon cleared these things there. That he has declared attrition. Attrition is who go tire. That is what the Igbo people say on about some mere. That is where it has entered. That nobody resists because the enemy is not ready to resist, and him, God forbid, that he will never drop because it is a fight to finish. Then why are you encouraging the enemy to keep up? Why would they keep up? Somebody saying we are no more interested. You are claiming, the problem is that some of you are like also bat. Bat is not an animal in the air, or it's not a bird of the air, it's not a bird of the land. It is just in the limbo. The Catholic belief, limbo. The concept of limbo, in the middle. So, you don't even believe in democracy. You don't even believe in aggression. Where you believe? You don't have a stand. You are fake. If you don't believe in armed struggle, you should believe in democracy. If you don't like what Simon is doing, start your own. If your own, most people say they like the idea of separation. One person say he don't like the name Biafra, but he aligns with the freedom, but he don't like the name Biafra. It's okay. But you are in a democratic era. majority will always prevail. The will of the majority is what is expected to prevail. And that is why you are leaving Nigeria, because it is a few greedy people that their interests are prevailing. So, you understand that there is no angle they want to come in from, that they have any, they cannot stand the living, they don't have what to offer. Nnamdi Kanu you are talking about have given you the ground. He has said everything he needed to say. Are you protecting him? No, you are not protecting him. If you are protecting him, you should protect his cause. Do you think Nnamdi Kanu will not come out if he wants to come out tomorrow? If he wants to come out today, you think he cannot come out? He will come out. He will only oblige to what they are doing. Telling Simon to stop and do all these things is as good as telling Nnamdi Kanu to give up, which he has refused to do. So if he's not giving up, why is he telling Simon to stop? Because he is not talking to Simon. He went as far as clearing it to say he is talking to the people who are sponsored by the government. Is it the same government that wants Simon to be executed? Where you saw Shetima last month in Finland? You didn't, if you don't read the one on paper, didn't see the Shetima in Finnish government house? You didn't see the video? Or is that one AI? So what's your problem? What's your problem? Or you didn't see when they took to social media, were writing to Finland? You did not see Musa every day, the chief of defense staff? Didn't you see him? So what are you talking about? They don't see the National Assembly, both lower and upper chamber, always deliberating on Simon and how to bring him back? Didn't you see where even Igbo senators are, hammering on the need to urgently repatriate Simon? So what exactly? And then Nnamdi Kanu you are protecting told you the people he's talking to. It is the people that are sponsored by the government. That these are the people he's talking to. They are the ones causing the insecurity he's talking about. So I don't know what exactly you are. What is your own? What are you up to? What are you up to exactly? Now, the derogatory word that he uses, what I hated that with strong terms. I hate it with strong terms. He was telling me he did say something. Have you seen it? Have you seen it? See what this newspaper is writing. That Simon refused to accept. Why would Simon accept anything from Nnamdi Kanu in the custody of the enemy? When Nnamdi Kanu already told him severally, said to the public severally, that if the enemy catches him from beginning, that if the enemy kidnaps him or arrests him, that they should go and maybe everywhere. And he told me, yes, he said, destroy Nigeria, not Biafran land, not Igbo land. Now I told him, okay, so it's Biafran, not Igbo land. Good. Did you remember the day, the time he said this? This was the beginning of the struggle. That these are videos of the when he was building IPOB, going to America, visiting people, motivating them, because that time there was no Simon Ekpa in the picture. That time he was building and encouraging people. That time when he had Uchemefo. So he is motivating people. He was trying and reaching out. That was how he gathered these whole people that are following him today. And people were happy when he said this. Unknown to him that he never had anybody. And eventually when he noticed he didn't have anybody, he came out again and said that he has looked around all these years he's been doing this. He has not seen any human being. No. He has not seen anybody. And that he prayed to God, at least, even if only 100 people he can see, that he will be good to go. That he has not seen anybody. That he needs to confess. He has not seen anybody. It did not take too much long time. Around 2020, he met with Simon. He did not, from Simon's activity, Simon, who was the Finnish. I have videos I will play for you here. But let me do my own commentary. Then, after after he saw this Simon, he told you, like I am going to tell you to, there are other 3 Biafrans that are doing well in the social media space. Follow these people, share their videos. Then he said Simon Ekpa, follow him, share his videos, and that he is doing exceptionally well, very, very with emphasis. And he said, as you follow him and share his programs, that he is the one that is going to take you to another dimension of the struggle. And he did not take time. He established a military wing, which is the beginning of the armed struggle. Then this person asking me, this Yoruba guy asking me, why is it, he said, destroy maybe a zoo, not the Igbo land. Then, did you hear Nnamdi Kanu there? Telling you that he is establishing the military, the arm bearing outfit that will cross border. He said no, that they are going to operate only within our borders and in the bushes, because he understands the concept and the what is enshrined in the international laws, that if you talk about self-defense, it must be within your borders. You cannot cross your border and talk about self-defense. That time you become a terrorist. So why do you want Simon Ekpa and you are calling him a coward, a coward, a coward? He say, oh, the other one say, oh, why not he come on the ground? He come on the ground. Ask him. When Musa was sending people to go to Imo State and cause calamity, did you see Musa on ground there? So what is your problem? That there is always a general. A general is not meant to be their roles is in the office and issuing of directives. Do you expect the general to come on the battlefield? They don't. He sent commanders. So why are you telling him come down to the field? Come down to the field. How many times did you tell Musa, when you send these boys on this suicide mission, follow them? Musa, follow them. It doesn't go down well like that. Don't be blindfolded with your bigotry and the hatred, your bitterness and biles that you have packed inside yourself for the Igbos and their brothers. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. You only attract more despising comments. You attract haters. You attract people to bully you too, because you come to bully people that don't have any business with you, coming to tarnish their image. So, like, I took my time to answer this guy today. I was on motion. I was moving. I was driving. So when you see people like this, when he insisted I played this for him, then it was from this one that he now reacted.
And let me make this very clear to you, you are under oath. Yes. And by virtue of that oath, you are under direct order from me. Yes. Any day you wake up, you hear I've been arrested, born Nigeria.
So you heard that? Then he told me, Nigeria, not Igbo land. Then I told him, did you expect that he was practically, it was beginning of that time. The idea is, and he told me that when you are doing this thing in a particular way, you need to change gear. You know, that it mustn't start with a particular frequency and continue and end in that way. No, that when this thing you are moving, you change gear. I said, after you have called him foolish man, a stupid person, then you want him to change gear. Meanwhile, I want to ask you, when I was telling you, when this IPOB was starting those days, we were conversing. Did I tell you that this thing started with armed struggles? Or the ones you know? Was it not just about carrying of flags and demonstration placards? So, why people conduct themselves peacefully without placards and the flags? What happened to them? People were abysmally shot down with happy trigger boys of the military and the police. So thousands of people have gone down because they carried flag and placards to demonstrate, crave, and they opt for self-determination. Nothing more. No crime, no offense. So what happened since then? So how can those people get justice? Has it stopped? What happened in the NSAS 2020? What happened? Can you remind me? Is it the same thing? So what do you want them to do now? I reminded him, I said, aside from this, you want them to change gear. He said, I said, change gear like how? Yeah, you should think on all this one, it does not solve anything. I said, what do you think will solve it? He said, this is a going round table. I said, going round table with who? He said, of course. I said, which Nigerian government? Have you heard? Are you your own scholarliness? Does it end with just opening book and writing exams? Don't you follow trend and development? How can you be telling me you're a political scientist and you don't follow what happens? That is, you see, that is the point I have problem with my field. We are good in going to look at what happened in the Peloponnesian War. Things of BCs. We are good at looking at what Aristotle said and what he did not say. What Socrates and Plato, what Imhotep and all of them said and did not say. These are things that happened in thousands of years ago. And you know nothing practically about, that is the reality of political science. You practically know nothing about the development of things, your current day, contemporary development. The tout who don't know anything takes it advantage and then he's ruling over you. The tout, the common criminals that Wajirochok now takes it at opportunity to, you know, then you will be crying with all the book. That's mean, that doesn't make sense. You are a scholar, you are supposed to be. Because if I don't know you, if I did not go to school with you, I didn't share the same classroom with you, I will class you as those who use books to decorate a library or background to do programs so that people will see them as learned people. Like one idiot that came on that Dr. Damage's program using background of a library. Books. Oh, this man is, you know, his chef is very rich. So I asked him, Oga, this your chef, all I can smell here is his Bataza books. The only those things that Bataza was doing to commit his social havoc. You reading, what books are there? Bataza book. You're a student of Bataza. Because it is only, there is no person that sees the four walls of his academic world that should behave so mundane and act with, you know, should display just distortion and nonchalance. The way he talks is not even organized. All of them think that when you form phonetics, you are grounded. Phonetics is something you get watching Nigerian movies and Ghani movie and all of that. Phonetics. That is why you see our girls who are doing hookup. When you see them with phonetics, check their tenses. Check their tenses. So let me tell you, we are not here to check about who is speaking. It's not our language. We are not more even encouraging it. I'm ashamed of myself that I'm even speaking what I... That's why I go very boutique when I'm speaking it. I'm very boutique. Very, I like it like that. Our tribes are ashamed of our... I cannot join them. I like the way Igbo people do it. They are very boutique. They speak it in a boutique way. That was why Chinua Achebe's books was not accepted earlier on. Until they couldn't stand the vibrance of the young Chinua Achebe then. He was a star. They tried to play it down. This is what has been happening. When you find, they tell you there is Ebola or there is this one, and when you find your locally made medicines to deal with these threats, they tell you, no, it's not the same. This one. UNICEF cannot, all this, they will bring all those just rubbish to discredit it. Why can't you face your own? Go and do your own. This is a democratic era. Convince people. The other idiots say they vote to. They say they voted 50 million votes. They what they are doing. If you don't like it, conduct your own. If you don't like the way the style is using, start your own style. Get your own style. Start your own. Then give followers. That's why your people who have so much bitterness in their life, they don't make progress. Because they cannot appreciate other people who are making progress. How do you want to progress? Witches and wizards. How do you want to progress? How will you progress when you see another person that is making headway? You have to get so bittered. How do you want to succeed? How do you want to progress? Come on, get off it, damn you! You cannot keep on in this. I think I have even more videos to play for you so that you understand that when this man Nnamdi Kanu, the way he functions, he is so spiritually. He's a very spiritualist. He's so spiritually made. He's so spiritually conscious. When he was bringing this man, he said, "Oh, this Rudolph. Oh, God, does it mean you did not see? Or you did not see what is happening? Or you? How can you be claiming you are in Southeast now? You don't see what is happening? Yeah, how people are complaining they don't want to start. I say, which people are complaining? Your village people are they the one doing the complaint? Did you not see how all the Eastern governors are forcing people to open their shops? They even force civil servants, because civil servant. Did you not watch Akpabio, your Senate president? If you don't want to believe any other person, don't you see what Akpabio said on the Senate chambers? He said that even these governors that are doing these things, they are also sitting at home. Their offices, their staffs are sitting. Because there is only one governor he can see in the Southeast. Didn't you see him say it? So where are you? Are you living on what planet? What do you think you are saying? What happened in Enugu? One young man came back from one Arab country, and he came in his shop in Enugu. They shot him there. They want to put people in fear. You must come open your shop. Didn't you see what people asked Soludo in Lagos, in Onitsha? You are telling us to open our shop. How is it your business that we close our shop? Did we tell you that we are not eating? Who told you that we are not comfortable with the sit at home? Did we come to beg you for our shop rent that we were not able to turn up business this month? Did we tell you to help us pay our shop rent? So how, if I lock my shop throughout the year, how is it your business? You see governors in the protest they did, people sitting at home. Was Simon there? So which people are you defending? Olodo, which people are you defending? These are the people you're defending. The people that are telling you what they are doing it with their mind. Because they are not comfortable the way they are treated. Their brother said he wants a better life for them. Because he said he wants a better life for them. You spend taxpayers' money to go and lobby people in Kenya, Kenyan politicians, to have him extradited. And you came to lie to the people that you use Interpol. Which Interpol? The same Interpol bulls, or African Interpol bulls, that came to tell you, Oga, should you make sure you exonerate them, you make sure you disassociate them from this. If not, they will spill the beans, because they don't have business with this. This is kidnap. Interpol cannot touch an innocent person. So how come the same way they want to kidnap in Nnamdi Kanu, they want to? So when you say Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, you agree with that one. And why was he kidnapped? Because he was pushing for separation, for freedom of his people, and he was kidnapped. So how do you want the will of the people that kidnap him to prevail? They kidnap him so that the pursuance of the freedom will stop. And you want Simon to accept whatever the man that is in the custody of the kidnapper, whatever he tells you from the custody of the kidnapper, he wants people to obey it. Then why don't you once and for all tell him to accept that he's abandoning the Biafran pursuit once? Should have been very out and plain to tell him, oh, God, stop the Biafran, we don't want it again. But of course, you don't have you can say for yourself. Where 50 million, some other persons who will say no election, you conducted yourself. Who conducted the election that produced Tinubu? Were you not the ones that are crying Tinubu did not win? That there has never been any election in the country that is free and fair. So who will conduct? Who? Oga, una matter plenty. Una matter plenty. Let me play more videos. I need to play more videos. So that, because
you must work very hard. Sometimes I struggle and I say, oh, I want to do program in the morning, but it's impossible to do because I've only been in bed for about 2 hours. Do you understand? Hard work. No, I want to Biafra to come. All hell Biafra. You think Biafra will come that way? You are lazy. You have to go and work. Go out and evangelize. I have national coordinators sitting on their bottom year in, year out, for them to evangelize nothing. You can, oh, nothing, I can't see them because you're lazy. You are very, very lazy. I can't stand lazy. I don't.
You understand why he cannot come out to condemn Simon Ekpa? Because all the people you think you know are lazy people. Left for them, nobody will ever mention the name Nnamdi Kanu again. He will permanently perish there. Left for those lazy morons and buffoons, there will be no mention of that word Biafra again. And then Nnamdi Kanu, you claim you are protecting here, is telling you he can't stand these lazy people. That was why he had to endorse Simon Ekpa. Because he will never relent. He will never give up. Even with your blackmails, he will not give up. Because all Azwanoka, the same way Nnamdi Kanu is Azwanoka. You can gossip all for Nnamdi Kanu case. He doesn't bother him. It doesn't bother him. Because what you can only see is gossip of haters. So gossip from haters doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. If you say you don't know what Simon is doing, maybe by the time you listen,
isolated, this insecurity also gets across to us. But what we need to do not to despair is to stand up to the challenges ahead and then face them squarely, and that's exactly what we're doing. It was extremely very bad. Like I said, security is asymmetric warfare. The presence of non-state actors should never be allowed to start in any country. The best thing to do is to leave it in the bud, because it's a very difficult operation. We are dealing with people you don't know. We only identify these guys when you see them carrying arms. If they are not carrying arms, they're just like isolated. This insecurity also gets across to us. But what we need to do not to despair. So that's why this one is different from the conventional kind of warfare, where you know your enemy, you know where they are, you know how to go about them. So confronting the current challenges is all of society approach. Every Nigerian has a role to play. Every individual living in Nigeria also has a role to play. And I think we're isolated. This up to the challenges ahead, up to the challenges very bad. Should never be the best.
Okay, this is not the exact thing I wanted to play, but then okay. Anyways, maybe it should be here. It's here.
Those things, especially people like Samuel Ekpa, he's sitting down there in comfort. Some countries are encouraging him to do what he's doing to Nigeria, and we're those things, especially people like Samuel Ekpa, he's sitting down there in comfort.
So where is Musa sitting to send boys to go and commit suicide. So when you are doing these things, you think we don't love the men. We don't. We are Biafran people. We value life. Me personally, each time I see these men dying, I don't like it. Honestly, I don't like it, because these guys are breadwinners to their families. They are breadwinners to their families. They have loved ones. They have children. They have wives. They have fathers and mothers. They have sisters. They have loved ones. They are breadwinners to people. I can't like it. It's not possible. But you cannot expect somebody to be in his land. People will be issuing command for them to go, and it's not possible. So when you can see that nobody will want to be the one to be a victim. So I sincerely pray that they should just stop these things. You can't use coercion. You can't use... People say this is what we want. Okay, let's put to vote. And finally they delayed, and thank God, if they had allowed the vote, conducted it, maybe INEC could have rigged it too. So thank God we have been the one who finally conducted ourselves. So I want to show you how it all, so that you know there have been attempts. The Biafra struggle did not just start at this level. It was carrying of flags. And look at what this particular prophet who has appeared. Let me play.
Central processing unit of the ideology, and make sure it is rightfully corrected. If you remove the leader, have you removed the ideology? There are more crazy Nnamdi Kanu that will come up after Nnamdi. They are just hiding under him. The only way to kill this is not by gun and bullet.
Okay.
To throw a little light on another one. And I pray that the authority concerned should listen to me. And it's a statement. Dialogue now, so that you should not be knocking the door for dialogue and there's no dialogue. That's what God told me. I keep saying it. I said there is a spirit in this young man. It is bigger than what physical eye can see. I'm not an Igbo man, I'm a Yoruba man, but I'm speaking as a prophet. I said what I see in this young man is bigger than him. You see?
Okay, no need to dwell on that. He has said it severally. Yes. So why don't you understand from at least now that you can't use coercion to stop an ideology? Because if you were able to maybe terrorize them today, you won't be able to do that tomorrow. So I don't want to allow this program to go longer. I will continue it tomorrow. Maybe any other topic I'm treating, I will find a way to connect to it. Now, yeah, thank you, and remain blessed. I am Ekpa Asokwo. Please help us to make sure you share this program to more lovers of freedom. Like I said earlier on, if this is your first time of joining us, do good to share, subscribe to this channel, and as you subscribe, click on that bell inscription, that bell symbol there, that bell, bang bell, click it. This is notification. You will be notified anytime we have any new updates. Yes. Okay, thank you. Drop your comment, and respectfully so too, why you air your opinion through that comment. Thank you. Tomorrow we will be here again. So bye for now.